What is up, everyone? I'm Dr. Ray Gorman, physical therapist, CEO, and founder of Engage Movement. We get a lot of people reaching out to us with misconceptions of what we do and what it actually means to add a virtual offer to your business. One thing I want to clarify is that adding a virtual offer to your business does not mean you are building an online business. They are two drastically different things. They have drastically different skill sets, and there's a lot of benefits to both. But if I'm speaking candidly, I think for people, selling the dream of a pure online business is far more conceivable than the reality of what it actually takes to build that business, right? So, what we're going to talk about today is how our model, what we call the PPGM, the Performance Provider Growth Model, really leverages the best of both worlds. It leverages the ability to use a virtual offer to scale your business that doesn't tie you to time, but it doesn't have the lengthy ramp up, the lengthy time debt that you need to pay in order to build an online business. So we're literally able to give our clients the best of both worlds. Let's talk a little bit about what that looks like, right? So first, building an online business, the way that we kind of see that is like you're leveraging an audience that exists on the internet. So if your following is on Instagram, if your following is on TikTok, if your following is on Facebook, what you are essentially trying to do is grow awareness within that audience in order to therefore grow the business. Now, there are ways in which you can speed that up, something like paying for attention with paid ads, or just getting really good at what you do and you pay with time. Now, a lot of times what we see are ads on the internet that say, here's how easy it is to scale your business. Create an offer, run ads, get clients. That's just not how it works, guys. You actually need sales process. You need follow-up procedure. You need nurture sequence. You need things that are going to help nurture an audience in a way that is going to manufacture touch points with them because you don't have that in-person interaction, right? So a conversation that would take 10, 15 minutes in person sometimes takes 1, 3, 4 months to build as much trust as we're building in person. Now, what we do over at Engage Movement is we give you the best of both worlds. We take your in-person offer, your in-person operations, and we literally tack on a virtual offer, something that we call a prescriptive exercise program, and that completes our PPGM, our performance provider growth model, right? So what we do at Engage Movement is we give you a mechanism to scale with process, right? We scale your current business without more time, without more sessions, in a way that is just not typically how physical therapists, rehab providers, and even coaches operate. That means that growing your business through our model does not rely on using the internet for growth. Sure, you can add that into your repertoire, but we're not going to be reliant on pulling people from the vastness of the internet. We like to call it build local and then go global, right? So we're using our local presence to establish the entity, to build trust, to bring clients in our ecosystem, and then we're simply able to fulfill on a portion of their offer through a virtual mechanism. Again, that's called prescriptive exercise program for us. Now, here's the biggest 3 mistakes that we see clients make when they add a virtual offer, when they try a do-it-yourself project of adding this to their business. Number 1 is they add lengthy check-ins because they think check-ins are so valuable. Well, in reality, at some point, check-ins can actually become a value detractor to the client even, right? Like imagine if things were going well and then you felt like you had to go do this check-in, you had to go do this process when all you really needed at that point was just guidance and progression. So we like to use what's called a flexible check-in process. The other thing that happens when you add a lengthy check-in, it literally zaps all of the value out of the offer. Because if you're doing an hour check-in a month, well, right there, you have a direct trade for time with that offer. So literally, the thing that we are trying to get you away from now exists again, right? It's a common setup that we see, and it's one of the first things that we change for our clients. The other thing we generally see is this offer starts to become a fitness offer. It starts to become something that monopolizes a lot of time. What we've generally seen is a fitness offer takes about 3 times as long to program for than our prescriptive exercise program offer, but you're not getting 3 times the price for it. So what ends up happening is now your value gets zapped into a third. So what the prescriptive exercise program does is it really solves a specific problem for your clients. It gets them back to blank, CrossFit, muscle ups, deadlift, running, golfing, whatever it is. It is not a fully encompassed fitness offer. So if that's something that you're currently doing and you're feeling strapped and struggling when you're programming for that, that's not what we do, right? It is not a remote wellness offer. It is specific to that client's problem. The third mistake that we see is they don't have a program design system. They don't have something that really allows for efficiency. They don't have something that allows for quickness. They don't have something that is repeatable. They're starting every single program from scratch. And guess what's happening? It's eating up all their time, and it's actually costing you money. So let's look at some of the numbers, right? Like, what is the actual math of being efficient? Let's just take, for example, that you're adding this virtual offer at $400 a month, okay? On the left side of the screen here, we have what we see a lot of. We have a lot of the mistakes built into that. So this person is doing 1 hour check-in per month included in that offer. It is taking them 30 minutes per week to manage, and we're using 4.3 as the average number of weeks in a year. So that means we have 3.15 hours of management per month. So if we just do some simple math there, $400 divided by 3.15, we get $127 per hour. Now, if you're making $127 per hour in our program, that's too low. We want your minimum to be $150 an hour. So this process is actually costing you money. So anything under $150, I want you to think it's costing you money. Go do this math on your own. Now, if you do it with an efficient way, in a way that we know how to teach our clients, we remove that 1 hour check-in for most months. We can now get down to, let's say, 15 minutes of management per week, so 0.25. We've halved the amount of time because we have a system, we have a process, we have something that is repeatable, that we understand, that is predictable. And now we times that times 4.3, the average number of weeks in a month. And now we get you down to 1.075 hours per management per month. So if we do that same math, we end up with $372 an hour in effective value. What would that do to your practice if you were able to add this into your repertoire, into your service system, where you no longer needed to tie yourself to sessions, to time that you're probably getting $150, $200 an hour for, but also costs you the time. And now we're able to give you something that is completely flexible, that can be done at your own time, that is tied to an outcome, that no longer ties you to your schedule in order to generate revenue. So if you're interested in a model like this, make sure you give me a follow on Instagram at Ray Gorman DPT. We are dropping content all the time over there. Head over to our website, www.engagemovement.com, and make sure that you check out our programs page so you can see what the performance provider growth model is about and how adding a prescriptive exercise program to your offering can literally change your practice. Not to mention, all of this revenue will be recurring. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. Send me a DM on Instagram. I look forward to connecting with you.